Hey, Patty Babes and Gents, I'm Wisdom's daughter. Welcome back to Bad Girls Talk. So, listen, what is going on with Ray J? Somebody please help me make it make sense. What is going on with your boy? First, he's on live with Nicki Minaj talking about he's a barb, and he wants to do this, he wants to do that, he wants to get signed. She's asking him to sing, and baby, listen, I don't know if you guys saw the Instagram live that they did together or whatever it was. It is on YouTube. I'll try to find the link to it and I'll drop it down in the description box. But yeah, it was about 45 minutes, and Nicki Minaj is sitting there like, what? Ray J, what? What do you want? What? You got me. You was on my live. You type it in the chat. You want to talk to me? What's going on? And basically, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. All right. So me and Nikki, we here. We asking the same questions. What's going on with your boy Ray J? Is he clout chasing? Is he losing his mind? Ray J recently threatened Pastor Jamal Bryant, and that is not a small thing. Who threatens a pastor? Because apparently he did an interview on Jamal Bryant's podcast called Let's Be Clear. And I guess he had some type of interview remorse and didn't want the video to come out. And yeah, it was bad. it was quite bad. Like, Ray J, you gonna have to, we're gonna get you some help, okay? We definitely gonna get you some help, boo-boo. Okay, so according to Rolling Out magazine, Ray J threatened Pastor Jamal Bryant not to post their interview or else. Reality TV star warns that if that video is aired, someone is getting snatched out the pulpit. Really, Ray J? You gonna walk up into the house of the Lord and snatch the man of God off the pulpit? Baby, listen, I know when his mama saw this, she probably snatched his wig back like, boy, you best apologize. I know his mama got involved, okay, because he has since apologized to Pastor Jamal Bryant. And we're going to talk about why he threatened him in the first place, because apparently Ray J is going through some things right now, and your boy needs some prayer. All right, so Ray J issued a stern warning to Pastor Jamal Bryant about posting a video interview that they did together. And again, he said that if it's aired, it's going to be a problem. That's a threat. The I Don't Care singer did not specify when or where the interview took place. Well, we already know about that now. Neither did he get into the specifics of what the discussion was about. Well, don't worry, because I'm going to share that with you guys in just a few minutes. However, Ray J makes it explicitly clear that there will be consequences if the pastor of New Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta releases the video to the public. Now, the video was released about a day ago, all right? He says, yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Oh, really? So why are you threatening him? Shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Vaughn Alvarez, this is PR person. But if you play that video, somebody getting snatched out the pulpit. Ray J said this in a video that was reposted by the Shade Room and the Jasmine brand, and it was not pretty. So I'm gonna see if I can find that video and if I can play the audio for you guys. It wasn't cute. Okay, so we have the audio. So I'm gonna play it for you, and you tell me what you think.
Yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Vaughn Alvarez. And if y'all play that interview, somebody gets snatched off the pulpit.
Ooh.
Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Bryant need to talk, because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. I don't like it. I don't want nobody to play that interview. I don't care if you're from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. We need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant.
Okay.
Shout out to Jamal Bryant.
So he starts out by saying that he has nothing but love for Pastor Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant. But if you play that effing video, you're going to get snatched off the pulpit. Okay. Ray J, we cannot be threatening to snatch pastors off the pulpit. Okay. We, we can't do that. And that's number one. Number two, what did you think you were interviewing for? Okay. Did he not tell you that you were doing an interview for his Let's Be Clear podcast? Have you not done your homework, Ray J? Have you not gone on to YouTube to check out Pastor Jamal Bryant's channel and this Jamal Bryant podcast, Let's Be Clear podcast? Okay. Now, some of his thumbnails were looking a little bit like Club Shea, but anyway. But the point is, apparently there was either a miscommunication or Ray J was like, "Wait a minute, you gonna air that?" Now, I do agree that two things. One, he talks about vulnerability and being in a safe space, right? So I don't know if this was like pastoral counseling and he thought that what they talked about was going to be confidential. But if you look at the podcast, because it's out now, but if you look at it, it's set up like a studio. You've got the two chairs, you've got the table in between, you've got, the nice greenery. Um, and Ray J did kind of bare his little heart, okay? So I don't know what the agreement was, but Pastor Jamal Bryant, my advice to you is maybe you need to start doing a contract or an agreement and having people sign it. If you're going to be interviewing people for your podcast, letting them know that this will likely be aired because apparently, Ray J didn't know. Now that doesn't excuse him from threatening a pastor because I know his mama snatched him up. I know she called him on the phone like, what is this? You best apologize. I know mama got involved. Because Brandy and Ray J's mama don't play. I'm just saying. So there were a number of people online who were like, listen, ain't nobody scared of you. You a fake thug. Pastor has a little thug sizzle in him. So you just might want to be careful. I'm just saying. And Pastor Jamal Bryant, it's hilarious. He went on somebody's show and said, look here, in 2024, I got threatened, okay, but not by a Trump supporter, not by a white supremacist, all right, by an R&B singer, by Ray J. Ray J, you need to stop. You like 5 foot what? Take your little scooty bike and go somewhere and sit the hell down, okay? Anyway. So let's get into why he threatened Jamal Bryant. So again, just recap from the video. He says, I don't like it. I don't want anyone to play the effing video. I don't care if you're from the church, like be respectful. But Ray J, you're being disrespectful to the man of God. I'm just saying. And do people right. Don't call people out their name. Well, when did Pastor Jamal Bryant call him out his name? Don't make people feel they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. See, that's the key for me. And this is why I'm saying that maybe going forward, Pastor Bryant, okay, because your record is not squeaky clean. And we're gonna do a whole separate live to talk about him and his fiance. But anyway, but yeah, you have to communicate with people in advance. And so that might be something that, listen, when you know better, you do better. And sometimes these things happen and, we learn from it. So I'm placing the responsibility on them both. But Ray J, you were dead ass wrong. You cannot, that's not the way to go about it. He says, I'm telling you right now, we need to work it out. But if we don't, there's going to be a problem. So that's what you should have done. You should have worked it out with Pastor Bryant behind the scenes, not coming publicly and threaten people on social media. That's not how we do it. Okay. That's not going to help you. Ray J seems to be quite lost and doesn't know what to do with himself because that but the live that he did one-on-one with him and Nicki Minaj was absolutely crazy. I mean, Ray J, Boo Boo, I don't know what's going on with you, but we're gonna keep you prayed up, okay? Because he definitely has something going on, and we're gonna talk about it, okay? So here is why Ray J did not want the video to come out, because he talks about having ideation, okay? He talks about having ideations about unaliving himself, okay? He also talks about wearing a bulletproof vest because he fears that billionaires want to unalive him. Okay. So again, mental health is very serious. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Ray J. I don't know if he's having a mental health crisis. I don't know. And it appears that he definitely has some things going on and he needs to speak to a professional. And I'm not just talking about a pastor can do pastoral counseling. They're not a psychiatrist. Okay. They're not a psychologist. Completely different. He needs to speak to someone in the mental health profession about what is really going on. But that is definitely a concern. And he talks about how in Mexico, he felt like he wanted to he wanted to delete himself. And you guys have to listen to the Jamal Bryant thing because he's talking crazy. And maybe later I'll try to play some of it, but um, he's straight up talking a little nutso on this. But anyway, so he goes on Jamal Bryant's Let's Be Clear podcast, where again he opens up about his self-aliving. Did I say that right? Unaliving. his unaliving attempt in Mexico. And he talks about his ongoing struggle with, again, ideation of unaliving himself. And so it was the release of the interview that, or him finding out that the interview was going to be released that kind of got him going crazy. And so after it's released, Ray J apologizes to Pastor Jamal Bryant for threatening him if the interview was made public. But the truth of the matter is, it should have never happened. So let's listen to a little bit of what he said in this interview, okay?
When we took a break, you said that you really need to think through things because there was a moment in your own life that you thought about suicide. Tell me what was going on. Is that when you were on the roof in Mexico?
That was when I was on the roof. And that was, no, I thought about suicide a lot, but that was when I attempted it. And I really didn't want to do it, but I really did want to do it. Because it's like when you have a bad dream and then you think it's real, it feels real.
Yeah.
Then you wake up, I be feeling like that life really happened. And so whatever dimension I popped into is where I'm at now.
Yeah. Okay, screw it. Wait a minute. Dimensions. Ray J, baby, what are you talking about? This, okay. He says he wanted to do it, but he didn't really want to do it. And I am not a clinician. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a mental health professional. However, just in doing my own research, one of the things that I have learned is that typically wanting to unalive yourself can oftentimes be a cry for help. And when someone is unsuccessful or they back down, it's because they really didn't want to, but that was just an option they were kind of considering. And so when Ray J said, I wanted to, but I didn't want to, he didn't really want to end his life. I think this is a cry for help. But then he starts talking about other dimensions, and baby, that's where you lost me. But let's keep going.
So I had a bad dream last night. So I'm here now with you. I think what happened last night in my mind happened. So if they having a funeral for me in the other dimension, they probably are.
No, you're going to live. You got years to go.
Living here.
Yes.
How do you know if every day you don't ever live forever?
Right.
You just keep skipping the different dimensions. I want to talk high talk.
Yeah.
But that's how I be feeling. I wanted the interview to go a different way. I didn't know how the interview was going to go, but with you with the shit in the beginning, it just hurting.
Yeah.
So this might be him meeting with Jamal Bryant after the original interview to kind of talk about how he felt. But I did listen to the original interview, and you should hear, I'm going to play it. You should hear the introduction that he gives Ray J. He calls Ray J the most prolific artist for young people today. And I'm like, what? Where? Ray J hasn't done any music in I don't know how long. Okay. He has become highly irrelevant. And it seems like as of late, he's been kind of pulling the stunts. And I don't know if it's for publicity or if he really has had a full-on mental break. This man just said that he feel. This man just says that he feels that, or he had a dream that they're having a funeral for him in another dimension. Okay. And Pastor Jamal Bryant, bless his heart, he's just trying to follow along. So yeah, I'm gonna play the rest of this, and then we're gonna listen to just a snippet, if I can find it, of the real interview. The original.
It's like, damn, man, like I cannot get away from it. It's like, since I can't get away from it, why not just jump into it?
Yeah. It's the bravery of your truth, and truth sayers always.
I'm alive.
No, you speaking truth today.
No, because I might not be able to put this up. I'm still a liar.
Yeah.
I've lied about my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a liar. Unless I say, these people did this to me. They're very bad people, and they've been controlling me this whole time. Just like the National Syndicate and all this, they'll come kill me, bro.
Now, I'm interested. This is interesting because the title of this is saying that he's concerned about billionaires wanting to unalive him. So is he talking about Diddy? Does he have a concern about Diddy? Because Ray J is the only person who really spoke out in Diddy's defense, which is really interesting. And it just seems like too many young men who work with or associated with Diddy start losing their minds. We have Justin Bieber. We have Ray J. We have Liam, and I don't know why I can't think of his last name. This is the one that jumped off the roof. Liam, is it Liam? So now I gotta find his name, or else I'm gonna go nuts. Liam Payne, okay, the One Direction singer. He's another one that had associations or ties to Diddy, and also kind of talked about feeling like he was being followed and things like that, allegedly. So, really, really interesting. Let me go to YouTube and find this Jamal Bryant interview. So that was really interesting. Okay, so let's listen to some of this podcast. Okay, again, it's the Jamal Bryant Let's Be Clear podcast. All right. So here's how it starts.
I climbed off the roof and I went off to the side of the roof and I just laid down. Right. So here's the hole down all the way down here. And I'm just laying on my roof. I climbed over and I lay here. And I went to sleep. And I said, if I fall off, then it was meant to be. Right? If I fall off the roof because I just passed out and I actually just wanted to like lean over, then it was meant to be. I even mentioned when they said everybody in the church was doing it. And I'm like, now everybody in the church is doing it. So now I can turn cheek to cheek. Because if somebody hit me in my cheek, all I'm thinking about is butt cheeks, right? I've said it. And it went viral.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what's going on with Ray J.
Hey family, this is Dr. Jamal Bryant. Welcome to a special edition of the Let's Be Clear podcast. We are live from Los Angeles, California, because we're not local, we're global. I'm excited because one of the most significant figures for this generation has come in to have a candid, clear, and a coherent conversation.
One of the most important figures for this generation. Sorry, Pastor Bryant, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, but that's how the interview starts. We hear Ray J talking about being on a roof in Mexico, climbing over the edge and sleeping on the edge and saying, you know, if I fall off, I fall off. Ray J, what you don't want to do is tempt the Lord. Don't tempt the spirit, okay? Because he might just let you fall off that roof. I'm just saying. Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. About life and what it means in a post-pandemic reality. Would you please welcome, who needs no introduction, the one and only Ray J.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, sir.
One and only. All right, he's weird.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to have you. I'm sweating a little bit because I'm a little nervous. Like it's like a sinner sitting at the front row at church. No, listen. Can I just feel it? Sit in the balcony. You're fine. You ain't even got to sit on the front row. The front row is pressure for me. No. It's pressure for make you want to get baptized every time. Oh, well, listen, we got a pool right here. We can jump right on there. Jesus. Last time I saw you, we was in a church. Yes. We was in a church. What were we doing there? And we were because you weren't in my church. We were shooting a One Wish movie. Yes. And what you told me it's like the final part of the movie where I have the redemption that I'm looking for. But I appreciate you doing that for me. And it was a themed like movie. So it was the 60s going into the 70s. Right. We had the perms. We had the.
All right, so then they get into a conversation about wigs, and finally Ray J's like, remember I gave you that wig and you wasn't feeling that, so I gave you another wig, the Afro wig. And anyway, this whole thing is so weird. It's about 46 minutes long. You can go ahead and watch it. It's weird. And what's weird is how they are dressed, okay? Ray J is like all business from the top and all party, ready to go to the club or the barbecue from the bottom. Pastor Jamal Bryant looks like he's going to a football game from the waist up, and from the waist down, he's wearing dress pants, dress socks, and a pair of white sneakers. I'm trying to figure out what's going on because Ray J's got the white turtleneck, a suit jacket, and some ripped up jeans. And yeah, this is a hot mess. But anyway, Ray J apparently opens up about his fears, about feeling like the people want to take his life, feeling like he wants to take his own life, and some other personal things that he did not want aired. And that is why he threatened Pastor Jamal Bryant. And so I'm pretty sure, like I said, that his mama has something to do with this apology and told him, you best apologize, because I know his mama raised him better than that. So yeah, we're going to keep Ray J in prayer. Go ahead to Jamal Bryant's Let's Be Clear podcast. Take a look at that. Listen to it. We're not going to cover it here. But it was really interesting. What we are going to cover, though, is the last thing that we're going to do is I want you guys to hear Pastor Jamal's response to being threatened by Ray J, because it was funny. All right, so just in case you hadn't heard it, here we go.
One final question. You got threatened? Yes. Sure. By stop. Yes. I got threatened. Yes. Not by white supremacists. Yes. Not by the Klan. Suge Knight is in jail. Who did I get threatened by? By an R&B singer. Not Brandy's brother. It can't be. That's all we can call him is Brandy's brother. Well, when you woke up, yes, because I'm sure, like most of us, you hit the alarm, or you get up, or you Miss Carrie nudged you. Yes, and you saw your phone.
Well, he prayed.
Or after you put your feet up. Well, he always does that. First. But I'm just saying, when he looked at the phone and you saw all of it, what went through your head? So I'm walking on the belt line. Okay, I'm walking on the true story. I'm walking on the belt line, and people are passing me on the belt line, saying, "Are you okay?" So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Somebody else passed me like, "Man, keep your head up." So I was like, "I'm just okay. Walking on the belt line." Yeah. So I'm just thinking people are just greeting me. Right. I get to the end, and this guy I don't know says, "Man, I guess you won't be going to the West Coast for a while." I said, "I just came from the West Coast." Right. So he said, No, with the beef with you and Ray J. So I said, "No, I don't have no beef with Ray J. I was just with him last week." Right. So he says, "No, he's threatening you online." I'm like, "I have no idea what you were talking about." Right. So a pedestrian on the belt line pulled up their phone and showed it to me. That's how you found out about it. Yeah. When you saw.
Wow. So, Pastor Jamal Bryant, I feel your pain. Okay, I've been in a situation where apparently there was beef, and I'm like, we got beef. News to me. All right, I have definitely been there where having somebody threaten you online, and you're like, no, we just talked. We was what's going on?
What he was saying. I was in shock. Okay. What is it that, I know you said you were going to stick to the code and the parts, it was a safe space. He said, I thought this was a safe space. And if you air the interview in its entirety, there's going to be problems. Yes. So a week ago, I'm in LA, and I bring him on to record the podcast. in the middle of the podcast, he says something. I believe he says something. Right. That his lawyers came on the set of us shooting, saying that this is broaching something that has legal ramifications. Okay. I then say, in the middle, said, hey, man, this is a live to cut podcast. I don't do editing. Right. But this is my guy. Right. And I don't want him to have to pay money. I don't want to be liable. I tell you what, I'm going to edit this part, but anything else he says, right, we gone. Because he's been warned by his lawyers. Right. Yes. He knows that. Yes. We go on and record. At the end, Ryan, of us recording, you're like, man, I really needed this. I'm going to come back to church. I've been out of church for a long time. I need to get right with God. I want to do a part 2. I said, oh, that'd be great. Right. So I said, listeners, you all heard it here first. Ray J wants to do a part 2. We're going to bring him back next year. Mm-hmm. He says, no, I want to do a part 2 before Christmas. Okay. Bet. Yeah. We hug it up, dab it up. Yeah. Go our way. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. A week later, I'm like 50 cents with Floyd Mayweather. I woke up.
So there you have it. Apparently, Ray J opened his mouth about something that could have legal ramifications. I wish we knew what it was. And so beyond him, feeling in Mexico like he wanted to end his life, apparently there's some other things going on and he's scared of somebody. So I'm just wondering, is it Diddy? Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And the fact that Ray J said, no, I want to do a part 2. What is going on with Ray J? Is he clout chasing? Is he really losing his mind? Because it sounds like to me like he's losing his mind. Does he just need Jesus? Like, what is it? You guys tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss out when I go live or when I upload another video like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.